everybody to this very, very early morning. As you may be able to tell by the lights, it is still very much dark outside. As a matter of fact, it is 5:24 right now in the morning. I can't remember the last time I got up that early. Well, I can actually, last week. Never mind. I'm up for a very good reason, and that is because I am off to the airport. We're going for a little holiday to Latvia. I've never been there before, but it's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous, beautiful nature, beautiful national parks. I'm flying into the capital of Riga, which is supposed to be absolutely beautiful. So we're going to spend a day in Riga. We've rented a car, and then we're driving to the, I'm probably butchering all these names, so I'm sorry, to the Gauja National Park, which is supposed to be beautiful, beautiful wildlife. I'm hoping to see a moose in the wild. I don't think I've ever seen a moose before in my life, maybe in the zoo, but definitely never in real life. So, I mean, in the wild. So hopefully spot one of those, and we'll see what else happens. But I'm excited. My flight leaves at 10, so I'm I hope I'll be there by 8. I have booked a parking spot, which I have to be at 7:30. But it's early enough. I won't have too much traffic. It's about an hour and a 45-minute drive for me to the airport. But it's Wednesday morning. It won't be that busy. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm packed. Let me show you, if you're at all interested, what I'm wearing to the airport. So this is what I'm wearing. Trying to be practical but warm because it's going to be really rather cold in Latvia. So I've got this really warm sort of jumper vest on with some comfy jeans and some easy throw it off if it gets too warm, and it's easy again to take off at security. So that's what I'm wearing to the airport. It's, as you can see, it's very dark outside, but I'm ready. And then my big suitcase, I'm taking this on the plane. Yeah, so let's go. I did have some people ask me if it was safe to travel to Latvia because it has a border with Russia, but the government has deemed it safe to travel to Latvia. The only area that is a danger zone is the border with Belarus. So we're nowhere near there. So it's all safe to travel. So we'll be absolutely fine. Still very dark. I've just parked my car and now I've got to wait for my shuttle bus to leave to the airport. This is so steep. Oh my goodness. This was an interesting path that we took to the cave. Oh. Very interesting. We just climbed the side of this mountain, which according to Google Maps is a path, but it didn't really feel like a path. At some spots it had to be like hands and feet, but we made it. Now on to the cave. This is the ancient Guzman cave, which shows early signs of 1521. I mean, that is incredible, the history this must have seen. My goodness, I mean, it's hard to see, but there is a male moose or elk right there. You can see his white legs. He's laying there. He just moved his head. That is so incredibly cool. Wow. See, he moved his head again. Gosh, it's beautiful here, absolutely beautiful. We're walking another trail called toward Paradise Hill, that's what it's called, and it's got a beautiful view overlooking the Gauja River, the Gauja Valley. Absolutely beautiful. It's really quite cloudy and rainy here. It's actually dry today, but it sort of adds to the mystique of the country. Beautiful autumn colours. It's a beautiful country, but there is definitely very much still left of the old Soviet Union. Lots of the old buildings that are just left to waste, old factories and all that. But also definitely lots of old Scandinavian remnants still there. You can sort of see it in the architecture. It's a bit of both. Sometimes you think like I'm in Sweden or Denmark, and then you're like I'm in Russia. So that's very odd, but it is beautiful. So we're back home now, and as you just saw, we picked up our dogs, very happy, very, very tired, absolutely exhausted dogs, but 3 very happy dogs. They love going there. They go to my parents when we go away, and they have a dog that I think I might have shared on this channel on my Instagram, and they love each other and they play so much, absolutely exhausted. So time to relax. Yes. Anyway, I thought I'd do a little recap of our trip to Latvia. We had a great time. It's a beautiful country. It is very much a Baltic country. It became independent in 1991. Before that was still part of the old Soviet Union, and you can definitely very much still see traces of that all over. Specifically in the cities, in terms of architecture, there's very much a lot of the old Soviet Union architecture, together with Scandinavian architecture, because there was a time that the Swedes resided in Latvia. So there's all that influence all together, some German in there. So it's a mix and match, but it's a beautiful city. The capital city, I mean, Riga. And that's where we stayed day one. So we picked up our car from the airport, drove to Riga, spent the afternoon there, just walking around, exploring, doing a little bit of shopping and just admiring the architecture, admiring the city. Absolutely beautiful. We spent the night there in a gorgeous hotel. And then the next morning, we picked up our car, drove to Sigulda, which is near or in, I'm not entirely sure, the Gauja or Gauja, I have no idea how to pronounce it, National Park, which is beautiful. The nature in Latvia is gorgeous, and it was the perfect time, very autumnal, all the leaves were turning golden, it was beautiful. The weather wasn't great, we didn't have any sun, but it sort of added to the mystery of the country, of that whole Baltic, Russian area of the world. So that was beautiful. We spent 3 days there, I think, and did a lot of walking, some hiking, spotted some wildlife. I did see a moose. Sigulda itself was lovely. What I didn't know before we went, that Latvia is a huge fan of baking and bakeries and cafes, and you can find a coffee or a tea place literally anywhere in the middle of nowhere, with lots of choice, lots of tea and cakes. The food was great. I didn't expect it to be that good, but it was so good. Very high end. And yeah, I enjoyed it very much. We had a great time, and it's good to be home again. So in Sigulda, we did, when we were on our way to, what's it called? Paradise Hill, I think, which looks out over the river, beautiful vista. We drove past, we literally stumbled upon it. We drove past a charity shop. And I said to Sandra, I was like, you know, this country is very well known for its ceramics and its pottery and its woodwork and all of that. Maybe, perhaps, a charity shop will have some things like that in there. And so on the way back, we stopped, and gosh, yes, did we find some great things. Some great Latvian pottery. Even I actually picked up 2 English pots, which is interesting how they got there. But I'll show you in a second what I bought at the charity shop. We didn't plan on buying anything when we went, and I didn't have that much space in the suitcase, but we managed to find and fill every single centimetre that we had left in our luggage. So I've got some charity shop items over there, and then some other bits and bobs that we bought, some other ceramics and some woodwork that we bought, some paintings. Yes, paintings. I brought back paintings, which is beautiful. It's a really crafty country, and the people are very creative and crafty, which is right up my street. So yeah, without further ado, let me show you what we brought back from our vacation to Latvia. This is everything that I picked up from the charity shop, and I think, oh no, that's not, I've got a couple of paintings, and altogether everything that I bought was amounted to 15 euros. I think the most expensive thing was 2 euros and everything was below. So yeah, some great deals, things that we just couldn't leave behind. So we've got some beautiful Baltic, it's all studio pottery. Well, actually, I think this is French. So this is all handmade pottery from the Baltics. So couldn't leave all this, the paintings, and that is very much traditional from out there. So I thought this was beautiful. And then this very simple one. And this sort of like mug, which I'm not going to use as a mug, but gorgeous. Then this is, I think this seems to me that it's French, but I love French pottery, so that came home with me, just as much as I do also love English pottery. So couldn't resist these. These were 50 cents, I think. Pearson's of Chesterfield. Love these things. Then in terms of woodwork, I'll show you other things in a minute, but this is from the charity shop, this beautiful handcrafted, or hand-turned, is that the phrase? Candlestick. Then we also bought these 2 copper picture lights for paintings on the wall, and this one is the same as this one, but this one had already got the bend in it, so you fixate this to the wall and then the light comes from behind with the painting here. So absolutely beautiful. There were 2 of them. This one was still new in the packaging, so you bend this over and you stick it to, or you screw it into the wall. So gorgeous. And then one of my favorite finds is this wonderful little guy. I love this sort of, this is wood, solid wood, and it still works. I mean, even the light bulb still worked. I didn't break anything on the way home. And I just love this kind of sort of folk arty kind of Christmas decor wood. So that came home with us as well. And then we also found in the same charity shop a couple of paintings. Well, this is a painting at least. Those are prints. But this is a painting of this beautiful, well, definitely Baltic with the church and the architecture. setting. It's a pencil drawing on fabric. So gorgeous. This was actually one of only two that we kept the frames. Every other painting we removed the frame, left those behind. That's definitely a tip if you go and you don't have that much space in your luggage. If you want to bring back paintings, just remove the frame, because they're usually horrible anyway. So just leave the frame behind and it's easier to travel and much lighter, doesn't take up any space. But we like the frame on this with the gold edging. So we kept this as is in the bottom of my suitcase and it worked out well. But I thought that was such a beautiful snowy scene. And then we picked up a couple of these, which, as you know, we love our dogs. And they had all these diplomas of different like dog clubs. And they were all in horrible frames, so we left those behind. But what I'm planning to do, and I've never done this before, but I'm planning to turn these into like a book. So we're not going to hang any of these, but just, well, maybe the bottom one, but just make these into a book. So that's a fun little project, I think. And then this had a nice frame, so we wanted to bring this frame home as well. So, yeah, so that's everything from the charity shop. And then these are some handcrafted bits and pieces that we picked up from different ceramic places selling pottery. There were loads and loads of places. As I said, it's a very crafty country, and there were loads and loads of places where you could do workshops for pottery or woodwork or painting, literally everywhere. We didn't do any of that, but we did buy some things from places like that. So first off, we've got these three that we really enjoyed, and I'm gonna frame them together on handmade paper, dried flowers, beautiful. Then lots of woodwork. I'm actually gonna hang these from my clothes dryer in the boot room downstairs. And then we always use lots and lots of these wooden spoons. So these are also handmade, so we picked up a couple of those to use. And then some pottery. Well, we do love our antlers, so this is some beautiful, typically Latvian pottery. Love this pot. So I'm going to place those around, like a catch-all. That's probably going to go upstairs. This beautiful handmade little bell for the Christmas tree. This hanger, which is a necklace, but I'm not going to use it as a necklace. I'm going to just use it as a hanger somewhere else. And this handmade acorn, the lid comes off. Very precious. I was actually worried that this had broken on the way back, but it thankfully is all in one piece. So yeah, that's it. I'm very happy with all this. We did, except, as I said, we didn't expect it. But yeah, beautiful things from a beautiful country. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed coming with us to Latvia. I've got another trip coming in a couple of weeks, and we are off to my favourite place in the world, and that is the Cotswolds. It's going to be very Christmassy, very cozy. I can't wait for that. But I'm still on a high from this trip. We had such a great time. And thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.